Hi Rohit, how are you?
Hello.
Hi Rohit, can you hear
Hello,
me?
sir.
Hi
Yes,
Rohit,
sir. I can hear you.
how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Very nice
It's
to see
been a
you.
long time.
After maybe 4 5 years, I'm seeing you. And I just wanted to ask you how much marks you have got?
Sir, I got 167.
167. Very good, very good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rohit, what I'll be doing is that I'll be taking an interview for new students so that they will get some idea how to prepare
Okay.
for FMG and whether to go abroad or not and all that. Okay, so we'll
Yes,
start
sir.
from the beginning. So, dear Rohit Saini, welcome to online interview of FMGE Toppers. You have scored 167 marks. I think it is rank around 65 or something all over India. I'll just check out your exact rank. And again, to reiterate, National Vidya Foundation, Vivek Sir, Jerry ma'am, Nidhi ma'am, and the whole NVF team is very proud of you for passing FMG in the first attempt itself.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm sure you must be very, very happy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, to start from the beginning, in which year you went to Philippines?
So 2015, I went to
2015. And you are from which city and which state?
actually, I'm from Roorkee. It is a small town in Uttarakhand.
Roorkee, everybody
Uh,
knows because there is a engineering college over there.
yes, sir. It's IIT Roorkee is here.
IIT Roorkee is there. Hmm. So, how much marks you got in class 12?
It's around, I don't remember, it's 65 percentage.
65 percentage. Very good. So, during that time, how did you prepare for your entrance examination? Like, I think it was AIPMT at that time.
Actually, sir, I'm a dropper. I've dropped so many years trying to get a seat in India, but that time I couldn't get that much score.
Okay.
So that's why I had to choose the option to go abroad.
Okay.
Because the, the problem is we cannot afford the seats, the private medical seats in India.
Yeah.
So I was even trying for the entrance also. I joined a coaching institute in Delhi itself, but couldn't make it. So,
Okay. So, why did you choose Philippines only? There are other countries also. So, why did you choose Philippines?
yes, sir. Sir, actually, my elder brother, he's also a doctor, and he has graduated from China. He has already had the exposure from China, and he had some basic idea. What's the pattern followed there? So the main reason that he chose was the language. In the Philippines, we have English, and it gets easier for us uh, in communicating, in studying, and also if we compare about the prices also. I'll not compare the price from the other countries, but if we compare the price from the private medical colleges in India, it's way cheaper in the Philippines. And the third point was the exposure. I mean, in the past few FMGs, uh, we got to know that the passing percentage of the students who are doing their graduation from the Philippines, they are better. They scored good. They scored good marks, and they have passed. FMG well. So these three reasons, basically, my brother helped me out to choose the country.
Okay, to choose the country. And आपका Philippines में क्या experience था? Was it good experience, bad experience, or what kind of experience?
So earlier, it was kind of a mixed experience. Like when we were going to Makati city, we thought that it's like same as in India.
Okay.
And when I saw the building, the college building, I was also not satisfied. I thought that what will they teach us in such a small campus? But when they started teaching us, and when we got that exposure, I mean, in the first day of the med school, we were allowed to go to the anatomy lab, and we saw the cadavers. And our professor, I remember, he asked to bring out the surgical kits. So on the very first day, I was quite shocked that we are getting exposed to the dissection. So it was nice, and day by day it was getting better, and it was a nice experience. I mean, throughout, because the main thing that the professors had in their mind, or they helped us in guiding, was the problem based learning as the motto of the school actually. And it's nice because we were being exposed to the clinical exposure. I mean, they were, even the tests, the examinations, whatever they were doing, it all was the clinical, only clinical. So it was something which is better than in India, because what I've heard from my friends who are in India, Indian medical colleges, they said that they will spend time making up the theories, but
Theories, yes.
from the first year we were exposed to the clinical settings, clinical scenarios.
Your voice is not coming. Your voice is not coming, Rohit.
Am I clear now, sir?
Very clear
Okay.
right now. So it was a good experience in terms of clinical exposure and all that. And
Yes, sir.
what was your experience with the staff of National Vidya Foundation, especially Vivek Sir, Jelly, Mhaui, who are there in the
It
college?
was like whenever we got any problems, I used to call Vivek Sir only. I was quite scared at first, like how will he reply? I don't know whether he will reply or not.
Huh?
But he has been always supportive, and whether if it in terms of money or any kind of help, even he helped us in getting the apartments also there.
Mhm.
So they were always very supportive, even with the visa accreditation. So Jali ma'am and ma'am, they always helped us in getting the visa. So it was not a burden for us to get the visa. They took the burden to get us the visa updated. So
Okay,
it was
okay.
easier for us.
Thank you. And how many Indian students were there studying with you?
We have a batch of 180 students.
180.
Uh, yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
And out of 180, I think this time the good percentage of students passed the exam.
Yeah, I think so. Almost many students passed. Many students. This year
Yeah,
was
I think 65 to 70%, 65 to 70 students, yes, sir. They
uh,
have passed the exam, and so
minimum.
nice.
Minimum, very nice. And where were you staying over there? And was Indian food was there or not?
Yes, sir. You can count it as another reason of choosing the country, because in China there is difficult to find the Indian food.
Mhm.
But where we were staying, I was staying in Makati basically, and they have a many food vendors who are giving the Indian food, and they have a touch of Punjabi because they themselves were the Punjabi. So we never had any problem in terms of food. We say, yeah. Even my brother came there and he stayed with me, and he was also happy because we were getting the Indian food there. But in the beginning, it's difficult because in the Philippines they are also mostly the non-vegetarians, but still we have options there who are giving us the Indian food, so it shouldn't be that problematic for other students.
And what was the climate of Philippines like?
It's hot, but now I'm in India. I'll say that it's hotter in India.
It's hotter
It's
in
more,
India.
yeah, it's humid here. There
Yes.
is no humidity there.
Mm.
It's hot I mean, in 12 months we have the summer season there in the Philippines. But in India, I think it's humid here. Humidity makes it more. I mean, I cannot tolerate the weather here. It was easier to tolerate the weather there.
Okay. And did you face any difficulties while studying MBBS in Philippines? Any difficulty like any sort
I
of
don't
uh,
know, sir.
difficulty? Nothing.
No,
Okay.
it was not.
Have you finished your clerkship? Have you done your clerkship over there?
Not yet, sir. I mean, in the final year, we did the clerkship, but we have to do again. As per the medical council here, we have to do the clerkship. They call it as the post qualification clerkship.
Okay, so you did your clerkship in which hospital in Philippines?
Pacific City General Hospital.
Pasig City. And how was the hospital like? It's a big hospital or small hospital?
Yes, it's a big hospital. Actually, I was placed in the pediatrics department,
Okay.
and I didn't expect the attention they were giving to the clerks. And as my personal experience, it was the very first experience of mine, and I did procedures that was, I don't think that is allowed to do, and it was a very nice experience. I mean, especially the residents who are above us, they always guide us how to do the procedures. They always taught us during the internship that what is the scenario and how you should manage it. So it's a wonderful experience.
So you got hands-on practical experience in the hospital?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I did.
You did. Very nice, very nice. And how many students were there in clerkship with you in that hospital?
Actually, we were divided into groups
Okay.
of 10 students, and the 10 students were sent to different departments.
Okay,
So
okay.
like in my pediatric department, like 10 students were there. In the medicine department, the 10 students were there. So there were two hospitals which were assigned to our college. One was Kirino Memorial and one was Pasig City. And yes, and we were assigned in the groups of them.
Okay. And what is NMAT, and is it difficult to pass NMAT, and what is the story of NMAT?
Yes, sir, it's National Medical Admission Test there.
Okay.
It's basically the entrance of India, but not like the test in India. It's way easier than the entrance in India. I mean, to be honest, I didn't study much for the NMAT. It was I just slept well a day before the exam.
Okay.
And I did manage to clear it, and I was satisfied. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
It's not that difficult. It's easier.
And one thing is very important, which I wanted to ask you, like how many hours did you study during your MBBS over there for your MD1, MD2, MD3? How many hours were you studying, like in class and extras also? How many hours?
Okay. As I was telling you, sir, we have the weekly exams there. I mean, every week we have the exam. So they were always very strict with the study. So we have to kept ourselves updated. Without, I don't think that if we don't study there, we'll be able to pass the FMGE. So we were studying there for the exams. We were keeping us updated. Like they have a good way of tutorials that they were conducting every week, and according to me, those tutorials are one of the best things that helped us in many ways. And for that tutorials, we have to work extra, not for the exam, but for the tutorials we had to work extra because they were in those tutorial patterns. We had to focus on different topics, not only one topic. So I think if we exclude the school timing, the school hours, it was like 4 to 5 hours we have to study for that.
4 to 5 hours you have to study extra. 4 to 5 hours you have to study extra. And
yes, sir.
Class timings were what approximately? School timings?
In med school, we have, I don't think I remember that, but we have three lectures or for 1 hour each. Yeah, I mean, we were started at, it's not the same every time. Sometimes we have the lecture from in the morning time and sometimes after lunch. So like 8 to 9. And then we were...
How many hours in a day you used to study? Like 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours? How many hours a day?
Including, I think 10 hours, 10 to 12 hours.
Minimum you have to study if you want to become a
yes,
doctor. If you want to become a good doctor, you have to pass an FMG, you have to study 10 to 12 hours a minimum a day.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So how did you prepare for your FMG screening test? How did you take any coaching? Is it a difficult exam or it is an easy exam? What kind of exam it is?
Sir, the exam is not difficult. Actually, the pressure is more.
Pressure is more.
Yeah, because we know that if we pass the exam, then it's good. But if we don't pass the exam, we will be the students who just have passed their 12th class, not
Right,
more than that. So
right.
that's the main thing. And I also took the lectures from Prep Ladder actually,
Okay.
and my brother was helping me with that. And as I said that during the whole school years, we have to keep ourselves updated. So it got us easier to prepare. I mean, when I came in like March, and I started in April. I said, I think, yeah, I started in April, and it was like 2.5 months. And for that 2.5 months, I was preparing like 10 to 12 hours daily. I was studying.
Very good, very good.
And
So
yeah,
I'm very
it
happy to
helped.
know
It
that
helped.
with the preparation of only 2.5 months, you have cleared MCI. Because I know students from other places who are
Yes.
preparing for 2 years, 3 years, and they have not passed MCI examination. So I'm very happy, and
Yes, sir.
I'm very, I'm really very very happy because I've seen like in Gautam Nagar, like people are preparing for 3 years, 4 years, and they're not passing. And our students,
I myself stayed in Gotham because of this time.
very nice, very nice. But you pass in the first attempt,
Yes, sir.
and in 2.5 months only. That's very nice.
Yeah.
And
Because
w- uh, two more questions, last two questions. What are your future plans for PG?
so right now we'll be doing the internship, and I think we'll keep the studies also with that
Mhm.
because after 1 year we are going to write next, I guess, in 2023. We'll be
Okay,
writing next,
okay,
and for that, I think it's not also easier to get the seat in PG also. So we have to keep ourselves updated more.
right, right, right.
Uh, so so studies and internship both will go together.
Mhm. Right,
So that's the plan for now.
okay. And one last question: would you recommend National Vidya Foundation as a consultancy to other students for taking admission?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, I will, because I'm the student of NVF, and I have seen myself personally and how they have helped me to succeed. So I would definitely recommend. Even I have already recommended students before also,
Okay,
because I've seen the exposure and I was really happy with that. So my cousins are also already studying in AMA.
okay, very nice, very nice.
And that's because of NVF.
Okay, okay. And anything else you want to add? Like, is your father, mother happy?
Yes, sir. They're really happy because everyone wanted to save the time, and by clearing FMG as early as possible saves time for sure. So
Okay,
they are
Rohit.
really happy.
Thank you very much for your time, for talking to us for these 10-15 precious minutes. I really
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
a lot.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Rohit. Thank you.